I've just quit my job. I'm working on one of the first freelance gigs and I'm ready to show the world the 3D star I'm meant to be. I'm in the kitchen, the phone rings and the director tells me they want everything in liquids. Just one problem, I have no idea how to do this and the software I'm currently using is just not cutting it. And now I have to learn Houdini. For everyone who's not into 3D software, Houdini is like the Emperor in Star Wars. It's like the scene of Stranger Things where they have to fight all the bats with just a bin lid. It's notorious for being the most difficult software and I had 2 days to make my deadline. Houdini is known for special effects in films. Basically when you see splashes, explosions, spells, magic, all that stuff is usually done in Houdini. Most other 3D software comes with presets that allow you to create different effects, but in Houdini you create systems yourself, almost from scratch. This makes Houdini way more flexible than other tools, but it's also a lot more difficult. So here I'm in the kitchen, I just finished the call with the director, and it just hits me. I have no idea how to do this, and we're running out of time. So the project was a campaign video for Unrunning. They have a speedboard inside the shoe and it's made with liquid injection. So first we thought we might need a few splashes to visualize this, but then it turned out everything was going to be liquid and the software I'm currently using is just not cutting it anymore. I'm the sort of person that wants to know everything about a topic, learn the fundamentals and build a really strong foundation before I start using it. So I started looking up tutorials online. There's many ways of making liquids. You can make splashes, waterfalls, ship sailing, vortices, evaporation, and then I realized I only have 2 days, not 2 months. So I really had to focus my mind on exactly what I needed to learn. So in order to create this focus, we created an animatic. An animatic is a video where you block out the shots. It's like a really raw version that gives a quick kind of feel of how different shots work together, if the pacing of the video is right, and in a really early stage you can see what is working and what is not. So by blocking out these shots, I knew exactly which shots needed liquids, what kind of liquids they needed, and how the liquids needed to move in those shots. So this way I could really focus down my learning onto the exact output I needed to have. So in my case, I only needed these liquids to flow along this arc of the speedboard, and therefore I only had to look up learning materials and courses that were like this, and therefore I could really focus my learning. So as creatives, we can't help but bring new ideas to the table, but it's important to know when it's time to be creative and when it's time to smash through tasks. And once we had the animatic down, it was the time to smash through tasks. So this brings me to the second learning point, knowing when it's time to turn off your imagination and just do the work. So at this point, I had to be so focused on getting the work out and I just had to turn off my imagination. It wasn't a time of coming up with new ideas anymore, it was the time to just deliver. So that meant I had to grab shot by shot and really learn the skills I needed to learn in order to complete the shots. So this whole process made me realize the benefits of project-based learning. I'm sure if I did this in my spare time, I wouldn't have been able to learn it so quickly and so efficiently. So therefore, after this project, anytime I need to learn something new, I try to use project-based learning to make the process more enjoyable and more efficient. And finally, this takes us down to the last point, Parkinsons Law. Parkinsons Law is a rule that dictates projects will take the time you dedicate towards it, so it will just fill the void of time there is. So therefore, if you set short deadlines, you make your learning really efficiently because you only have a small amount of time. So often we take so much time to look for the best materials and doubt hits up. Maybe this is better, maybe this is a more efficient technique. I like this person that teaches it more. And we spend hours and hours and we haven't even started yet. So by actually reducing the time we have to learn, we get so much more efficient. If we don't have any time, we don't have any time to waste. So my area of learning was so narrow and so focused that I didn't even know how to export previews. So it's literally like screen recording my screen and sending that as updates to the client. It was not great, but it worked. After going through this process, I find it quite easy now to pick up new tools. By learning Houdini, I'm able to take on more demanding projects. And I now teach it to other people through courses and on YouTube. So next time you tackle a new learning project, just ask yourself, what are the exact features I need to learn? And what are the best learning materials for this? Just take your learning one step at a time. If you like this, please subscribe to The Boundless Space for more updates, and I'll see you in the next one.